I'm Debbie House, editor of Retail TouchPoints, and I'm here at the Oracle booth at NRF 2012 with Dave Finnegan, who is the Chief Information Bear. I think I have that correct?
That's correct.
For Build-A-Bear. Welcome and thanks for speaking with us today.
Thank you.
So the first thing I want to just talk to Dave about is there was a press conference this morning at the Build-A-Bear store in Manhattan, which is it's a beautiful, fabulous store. And Build-A-Bear is helping to donate some bears to children in need. And maybe you can just give us a real quick description of that effort and what's happening.
We actually are partnering with Oracle and the Retail Orphan Initiative. We brought together CIOs and industry leaders this morning to build bears and donate them to a local charity, local orphanage.
Right, so that's great. It's great to hear. And Oracle as well is selling bears at cost or for $20 to donate money to the Retail ROI, which is an initiative to help orphans around the world.
Right, yep. So, here on the show floor, we're making bears available. It's a $20 donation, tax-deductible donation, and those bears can either be taken home to your kids, or you can actually donate those bears to a local charity as well.
Right, that's awesome. So congratulations on those efforts. It's really great. So I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about Build-A-Bear's efforts in cross-channel and some of the work that you're doing with Oracle. So first of all, can you just talk a little bit about some of the innovative strategies that you've employed at Build-A-Bear related to cross-channel, and kind of describe some of the more successful cross-channel strategies that you've implemented recently?
Sure. There's really three things that we've done most recently that have been significant from a cross-channel perspective. The first is that we launched a kids virtual world and gaming site. It's called Build-A-Bearville. What we found is that kids' play has changed tremendously in the last 10 years. And so we wanted to position our brand to extend the play value of our products and deliver a Build-A-Bear experience to our guests from a digital perspective as well as a real world perspective. So to that end, we developed this website that's a virtual world and game content and that type of thing. And since our launch, we've had over 20 million avatars that have been created in this virtual world.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Where kids can go from the store online and then back from online into the store, continuing a story that they have with their bear, an adventure that they take with their bear. So that one was significant for us. The other one that comes to mind is Facebook. This time last year, we were just over 200,000 Facebook fans. We put some real effort into making sure that we connected with our guests from a Facebook perspective and invited them to tell us what they think. And a real focused effort has produced, we've gone from 200,000 plus fans to 1.7 million fans in this past year. And
those are generally the parents.
Yeah.
Of course, the kids hopefully are not on Facebook.
Exactly. It's all digital moms, right?
Yeah.
So for every digital kid that we know that's out there, this digital generation, they also have digital moms who are very, very well connected. And Facebook is an important part of their world, and it's an opportunity for us actually to gain their feedback and to gain their perspective as we go to market with things. We ask their opinion on a lot of things with Facebook. And the third thing is that we launched a mobile app that kind of blends not only the virtual world but the store. The mobile app was launched in Q4 last year and in 2010. And since its launch, we've downloaded over 800,000 downloads on it. We'll hit the million mark this year on the number of Facebook downloads that have been, app downloads that have been.
I'm really impressed with the work that you've done cross-channel because, when you initially think of a product like a bear, it doesn't directly relate to online activities. And I think that you were mentioning a statistic the other day about the top 10 items kids want for Christmas or the holidays, and they're all technology related now, when years ago they were maybe a G.I. Joe or a Barbie or something like that. So, to meet that challenge and be able to cross over into online is really, it's impressive.
Yeah, we know kids' play patterns have changed, right? And we know that they're more connected than any other generation on the history of the planet. And what we're really good at, though, is providing experiences. And so what we wanted to do is provide the Build-A-Bear experience in a digital way as well, and extend what we do from an experiential retail perspective into the digital space. And so that's what we've been set out to do.
That's great. So for other retailers who are trying to think of ways to incorporate a cross-channel strategy, what kind of lessons learned can you share, or advice, for other CIOs or retailers looking?
Probably the number one thing from my perspective is it's experience-based, right? If we think about what we provide to our guests, the guest-facing digital, it's all about the experience. So just like Build-A-Bear isn't just buying a stuffed animal, it's an experience. Either as doing anything online or any other digital experiences, it's part the experience and part what you're going to get for that experience from a guest perspective. And so really focus on providing a really, really robust experience, and a meaningful and engaging experience first. And then, vetting that thinking through the eyes of your guests. So for us, we put these things in front of kids and ask their opinion, and they help to shape what we do. They help to determine where we're going to go next. They tell us where we should focus. And so I think between focusing on experience and then putting it in front of consumers and allowing them to give you feedback, open and honest feedback, those are the two things that have meant the most to us.
And you're lucky because your audience is kids, and kids are the most honest demographic
they are not
we
shy.
have.
They are not
They'll
shy.
tell you
We
exactly
love that
what they
about them.
think. That's great.
We honestly believe that they, have the power to change the world, and if we just invite them to tell us. And so we do that on a regular basis to help shape what we do.
So, and finally, can you just talk a little bit about your work with Oracle and the ATG e-commerce platform, and what it's done for your business?
Yeah. So strategically, as we look forward, the next 3 to 5 years, we think e-commerce obviously is going to continue to grow in a significant way. And so what we wanted to do is first put a building block in that we knew could sustain that kind of growth. So that's one of the main reasons we chose ATG. And then secondly, we wanted to be able to get the Build-A-Bear level of customization out of a platform. And so ATG not only has the robustness, but the ability to customize and personalize based on a number of values that you can put into it to give the guest a much more personalized experience than a typical website experience. So that was important for us as well. And then finally, mobile was really important for us too. We think that we saw a huge uptick in mobile traffic over the holidays, as well as most retailers, I suspect, did. And so we want a platform where we can use that same platform and put a mobile front end on it. We know it will work well.
Terrific. Well, thanks so much for your time today, and thanks to all of you for joining us on TouchPoints TV. Have a great day.